Hi and welcome to the Rockabilly kitchen. I'm Tabby and today we're going to make butterscotch scones with butterscotch sauce. So what you need for this recipe is 2 cups of self-raising flour, 60 grams of butter, 3/4 of a cup of milk. That's your scroll recipe. You can use the scroll for anything you like, pizza doughs, whatever. So in a bowl you're going to put 2 cups of self-raising flour. You're going to rub your butter through. I've just cut it into small little cubes. You're just going to rub that through with your fingers so it will resemble a fine crumb. Takes a little while. So you can change this recipe and you can make raspberry scrolls using the Rockabilly raspberry jam. You could make cinnamon scrolls. Just put cinnamon with the brown sugar when we get to that point. You could make white chocolate and peach scrolls. You could do anything with this. It's just a basic scroll recipe. So I'm just rubbing the butter through my fingers just to rubbing. If any of you have made scones before with butter, you would do this as well. So by now you should have all the big lumps of butter out. Try and make sure that all the really big ones are gone before you do the next part, because otherwise you have lumpy scrolls. So this is what it looks like. To that you're going to add 3/4 of a cup of milk. Just do a bit at a time. And mix it with your hands. It can be quite messy at this point and very, very, very gooey. Sometimes you'll find you won't actually need all the milk. Just once it gets to a really good doughy mixture, then you've mastered it. Very, very squelchy. At this time I also have the oven preheated to roughly 180 degrees. These should only take around 6 to 7 minutes in the oven and they're awesome hot. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the bench. See, it's very gooey. Just going to roll that out with my hands. So I'm going to knead that a little bit on the bench with the flour. It's a little bit sticky, but that's okay. Just keep adding more flour if you need to. It is a sticky recipe, but it makes an amazing product at the end. A little bit more flour. So here you can either use a rolling pin or a bottle of wine, whatever you've got to roll it out. All you do, and it is quite stretchy, so you just need to roll and turn. 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 So I would have softened butter at this point for the next stage. I don't know if my butter's at room temperature yet, but we're going to use it anyway. So what you do now, you've rolled it out. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to cut it up anyway. So just roll it out. Get some butter. A little bit more extra. And you're just going to move the rolling pin away. Chop it up and chuck it on there. I wouldn't say that this is a very, very health conscious product. It's got a lot of butter in it. So what you're going to do now is you're going to smother your scroll with butter. And as I said, it doesn't have to be, as long as you've got a little bit pretty much everywhere. And then the fun part happens. To that you're going to add brown sugar, as much or as little as you like. Today we're going to do medium, so you want to cover all of your dough in brown sugar. It is a very sweet recipe, this one, especially when you put the butterscotch sauce and cream over the top. So you're just gonna pour the brown sugar over, and then you just start rolling. And you can roll and stretch if you wish. It will break, don't stress, it's all good. So that is your scroll. That's going to go in the oven once we cut it up. And a knife. So you're just going to cut it in circles, about 1 centimetre thick. So that is what an uncooked scroll looks like. Now we'll place it on a lined baking tray. And what I generally do is I stick one down in, and I gently stick the others close to it, so when they rise and spread they stick together. You can use a muffin tray if you like. You can put them in patty pans. So then I sprinkle a little bit more brown sugar over the top, just because I like the taste of brown sugar. Okay, pop that in the oven, 6 to 7 minutes.